Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. Some few hours ago, Oyo stood still for Peter Obi. In fact, more like stampede, where there was no vehicular movement for Peter Obi. I want to say many thanks to Governor Sheyi Makinde for bringing adequate security for Peter Obi, and of course, Adebanjo was there live with all the Yoruba elders, and Feni Fere definitely showed that they were obedient. But right now, a lot is going on. There was a lot of information that went around that Peter Obi, his plane was grounded. They didn't allow him to move. And well, you're going to get full details on that, and also why Ohanes Ndiwo group are beginning to speak a lot. Don't forget, some few hours ago, the APC and some powers that be actually wanted BVAS grounded. They said Nigeria is not ripe for it, and that's exactly what the youth wanted. They wanted the use of BVAS so that they can stop rigging. You're going to find out why all this are going on. We're going to try and wrap all this into one very quickly. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Let's start with how the powers that be grounded the Peter Obi's plane from moving in Lagos. Really sad, I must say. Well, reports had it that supporters of LP presidential candidate Peter Obi and some party chieftains were prevented from boarding the plane to their rally in Ibadan, Oyo State capital. In a statement on Wednesday, the head of media for Obi Dati Presidential Campaign Organization, Deran Onifade, said the plane was grounded at the Lagos airport by the powers that be, citing regulatory reasons. They cited regulatory reasons. Reacting to the development, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA) denied the allegations that the LP's campaign plane was grounded to frustrate the party's campaign. In a statement on Wednesday, the authority explained that the plane belonged to a scheduled operator, also known as a commercial flight operator. The NCAA said the flight crew of the aircraft returned to the base on their own to check on a mechanical issue that developed soon after it took off. It said the safety precautionary flight measures were taken by the flight operator and not by the NCAA, saying that the authority was not involved in the decision. It said, and I quote, "The so-called grounded plane belongs to a scheduled operator, and that is normal commercial flight. The flight crew of the said aircraft returned to the base on their own to check on an issue that developed as soon as after it took off. This is the normal and right thing to do. What they did is what we termed safety precautionary flight measures. NCAA was not involved in this decision." Of course, Nigerians have reacted to this, but before we look at Nigerians' reactions, let us find out what Ohanes Ndibo is saying and what Nigerians are saying in general about this BVAS that APC is so hell-bent on expunging from this 2023 elections, and why. Well, the APS Igbo Social Cultural Organization, or Ohanes Ndibo Youth Council Worldwide (OIC), has reacted to the fresh controversy over the deployment of the bimodal voter accreditation system, otherwise known as BVAS, and the INEC result viewing portal IREV for the 2023 general elections. The OIC said Senator Abdullahi Adamu, the national chairman of APC, should be placed on watch list by security agencies and the international community for allegedly doing a part capable of destroying Nigeria. Report has it that Adamu had on Wednesday, while speaking to delegation from the Commonwealth Election Observation Mission, claimed that Nigeria was not yet ready for such technology. He said, and I quote, "Our concern is how ready are we to deploy some of these technologies as regards transmission. To transmit results every part of the nation Nigeria, I am not sure that network can cover it." Who says? If we can receive calls any part of Nigeria, why can't we? Let's continue with the news anyway. "I know that even in parts of Abuja, there is no network, and we have from now till February, when in substantial parts of the country there is no electricity. Reacting to the development, the national president of Ohaneze Ndibo Youth Council Worldwide, Mazi Okwu Nnabuike, accused the APC of trying to truncate Nigeria's democracy. Okwu said, and I quote, Adamu's stand was a confirmation of earlier rumor of an ignoble attempt to remove the INEC chairman, Professor Yakubu Mamman, from the office over his insistence to deploy the technology to enhance the credibility of the electoral process. We are in deep shock, quoting Nabikina said, we are in deep shock over the unpopular statement made by APC National Chairman Senator Adamu. It is even more unpardonable considering that it is coming from the chairman of the ruling party. In countries of the world, a ruling party is expected to be in the vanguard of advancing democracy, but that is no longer the case with APC. It is now confirmed that Adamu-led APC is behind the rumored plot to oust the INEC boss from the office. However, his plot has failed. He has exposed himself as we, the Nigerian youth, will not let that happen. The 2023 general election is between the forces of darkness that have held the country down for decades and the future generation. There will be no hiding place for failed politicians, and a million Adamu cannot frustrate that resolve. The youth group urged the INEC to remain steadfast as the masses are with you. The Commission should not bow to the wicked pressure, as we shall match the evil forces. We shall resist the wicked forces who do not mean well for Nigeria. The youth will shut down this country should anyone attempt to toy with the future of Nigeria. The highest legacy President Muhammadu Buhari has bequeathed for this country is signing the amended Electoral Act, and we shall give the INEC all the support to ensure its full application. We also urge the President Muhammadu Buhari, to stand with the masses and be wary of the likes of Adamu who are pursuing selfish agenda. Okwu urged security agencies and international community to place Adamu and his collaborators on watch lists as they are poised to destroy Nigeria to realize their selfish agenda. Alright, a lot of Nigerians have been reacting to this, but the question is, why all of a sudden they realize that BVAS is not it's not acceptable, citing example that there's no network in all parts of Nigeria. How is it possible that you could make calls and people receive calls and nobody screamed or shouted that there's no network? It looks like, from all indication, these politicians, especially the corrupt and selfish ones, enjoy the fact that they have impoverished the common Nigeria. They're so happy, or they are backing the affair of the fact that there are no basic amenities. Most basic amenities that they call basic is actually luxury. How can you say this with all boldness? Be happy to mention that in some parts of Nigeria there's no electricity. Telling that to Commonwealth, international bodies, so shameful. For a country that is above 60 is disheartening. You shouldn't even say that with pride. You should be saying that with shame. That at this rate of in Nigerian setting, we don't have networks. We can't even use a technology that has been tested and in some other countries and is working. Of course, like Nabuke said, this shouldn't even be an option. INEC should still go ahead and move on. Whatever irregularities, we should be able to, if INEC needs the help of the youth, it should just say so. Whatever irregularities, bring it to fore. Let Nigerian youth also help out, because this has to take place. I guess that's going to wrap it up. What's your take on this latest move by APC to truncate what the Nigerians are really hoping to get, a free and fair election? Let's interact.